Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another little, random rant. I guess I'll call it a random rant. Ended up selling my Corvette today. Had it listed up for sale here a while back. My wife broke her knee. I didn't really want to go purchase another convertible for her and have two convertibles in our life. It wasn't needed. So trying to unload it to make space in the garage to then add her a convertible. And I didn't get real heavy in trying to sell it hard because she couldn't make up her mind to what she wanted. To the point I found anything from like $4,000 Maserati to $106,000 Mercedes E-Class brand new convertible that she couldn't make her mind up on any of them. I showed her everything in between, from Jeeps to Camaros to automatic Corvettes, everything, and she couldn't make her mind up. So wasn't really too ambitious about selling the Vet. So I had it listed a little higher than what it was. I also said that I'd trade for a convertible and or even a big road bike like a Gull Wing or maybe a Ultra Glide Harley, something like that, the Road King, something like that would be a good highway bike to replace the one that got totaled by the 16-year-old girl a couple years back. So went ahead and never found one. She never picked out a car. So ended up her knee healed up enough that she's now back to driving the manual transmission again in the Focus. So I'm not chauffeuring around. So really kind of fell off the priority list. So I had it listed for a while. I got all kinds of crazy, weird trades for weird things. And then I got a bunch of people lowball offering crazy stuff. And in the ad, it even stated all offers must be made in person. You have to see the car before you can make an offer, because you're just lowballing off some dumb picture that might be 20 years old. You know nothing about the car. So, and you idiots out there, nobody shows up with any money. You make a lot of offers online, and you get to basically go touch yourself and think that, look, I just bought a car. You didn't buy nothing. You have no money. You have no ability to make an offer. Know nothing about nothing. So went ahead and said, hold it, and had let it expire a few times and stuff. Never got too excited about it. But yesterday, I got pretty excited about it. So I lowered the price down to about where I had bought it for. So I was not hurting to sell it. I thought I got a stellar deal on the car, and still do. So I was in the process. I had like a dozen people reach out to me right away. Some people trying to trade me like Honda Civics and all kinds of weird crap, when it clearly states in the ad this time, no trades at this time, not looking to trade, yada yada type thing. So ridiculousness. Had a couple of nice people, a couple of rude people kind of things. And I decided anytime now anybody makes an offer, I don't care if it's $1 or if it's 10 grand over asking, they're going to say, would you take X for it? My answer is going to be maybe. And that's my answer. The only reply I got is maybe. And then, when do you want to come see it? That's all I'm going to do. And got a bunch of offers from random people, and every single one was maybe. When do you want to come see it? And one guy was like, hey, I'm actually up in North Carolina. We'll get back to this weekend. If it's still around Saturday, I am 100% interested, and so on and so forth. And I said, I got a bunch of people asking, to come see it. But again, it's Facebook. Nobody ever shows up. Nobody ever has any money. So good luck. If you are serious, I hope you get it. I want somebody who's going to enjoy the car. Has to be able to look at it before they want to nitpick shit. Not this car. This car's pretty clean. But I've had stuff I've sold in the past that people want to nitpick things, to the point that I had one guy drive 4 hours one way with 3 of his buddies to look at an old truck I had for sale that custom jacked up, full interior, TVs and stereos and game systems and all kinds of custom shit in it. It was a drug repossession truck that I bought at an impound auction that was a beautiful truck. And he started nitpicking this truck to the point that everything he pointed out, I actually looked at it and I said, if you find something wrong with that truck that I did not list in the listing, I'll give you the truck for free. And he kept pointing out shit. I said, but you need to stop telling me all the things that I've already told you about, thinking you're gonna lower the price, because I priced it with the condition it's in. It was not a perfect show truck by any means, but it was clean for what it was. And he continued to nitpick my truck apart. And I finally looked at him, I said, after about 20 minutes of listening to him nitpick my truck apart, I said, yeah, you're right, this truck is a giant piece of shit. I probably should take it to the junkyard, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. So I hit the lock button and went to head back in the house. He goes, oh no, I wanna drive it, I still wanna buy it. I said, I don't care if you offer me 10 grand above asking price. I'm not selling this truck, and I'll let you drive this truck. You wasted your time and mine. And why would I want to sell something to you that you're just gonna sit there and keep trying to nitpick, trying to make me, I assume you're trying to knock the price down. I don't need the money. It's not the end of my world if I don't sell it. And I was honest about it. If I had said this thing was perfect condition, showroom condition, so on and so forth, and then you came here and saw it the way it is, we negotiate. That would have been $60,000, $70,000 then, not 14,000 or whatever the hell it was at the time, 17 grand or some shit, whatever it was at the time. So I was just like, no, go away. And that kid I thought was gonna fight me. I really thought he was gonna fight me. His buddy helped keep him getting his ass whooped. His buddy pulled him back into the truck and said, let's go. And he goes, I told you not to be an asshole. And I was just like, oh, lesson learned, buddy. So I drove 8 hours round trip. And I'm assuming the buddies made him pay for fuel because his truck he wanted to come look at, and to show up here and then act like a dickhead, didn't care. So that's kind of what with this one. Somebody shows up, acts like a dickhead, then no, I'm not gonna take your offer. And now it's 20 grand. Like, I don't want to sell it. It made me smile too much. I enjoy driving it and don't need it. So it's not gonna hurt my feelings if I don't sell it. So that's what everything's maybes. So we'll see. This guy reached back out this morning and said, hey, I'm off today and can I get your address? And I'll be down there about noon. And I said, okay, that's cool. So same address. Said, hey, I have dogs in the house, so please do not ring the bell or knock. Text me when you get here and I'll meet you out front. And sure enough, a lot of times I'll give them an address that's wrong. I'll give them, depending on what the deal is, so we don't write that. But I looked at the guy's Facebook page. He seemed perfectly harmless. I was like, no big deal. So basically he said, I'm here. So I basically put the dogs up, hit the button for the garage, went out, had my keys, talked to the guy, walked around the car in the garage, showed him, I said, it's not been started in days. It might not start because the battery goes dead every once in a while. You told him everything about it. I said, honestly, God, I didn't even wash the car. I said, I didn't clean it because I didn't want to polish a pig and have you think that I'm trying to hide something. I didn't mess with it. This is exactly how the car lives. I didn't do a fresh oil change because every time you go look at the car, it's always fresh oil change and stuff. I'm like, you can see the oil needs changed. He works at a mechanic shop, Tire King or something where stuff. He goes, it'll be on the rack tomorrow, getting all serviced and getting checked out. I said, 100%. I'm like, good for you. You know, I said, I didn't clean the dash. I didn't do any of this stuff. I didn't polish the paint. You can see the deals here. There's a scuff on the side where I think a little stick hit it. It's definitely not through the paint. A good polish will take it off. But I told him the car was bought for me. I bought it to tear it apart, put 33-inch mud tires on it, put a roll cage, and go drive around the woods. I always bought this car to be a dune buggy back in the 70s, these Volkswagens. That's what my goal was. The car was too damn nice. I couldn't do that to it. Even for the price, what it was, I should have done it probably because it was everything I wanted in a car and it would have been great for that. But it was too nice. I couldn't bring myself to destroy it in that process. And I kept hoping somebody would pull in front of me, get hit in a small wreck or something would happen. It'd be their fault. Their insurance would pay me for the car. At that point, I have a free car. It's already damaged, not worth fixing. I turned into a vet cart. So I'm like, that'd be awesome. So vet cart, whichever is where I'm not sure what they call it. But either way, never happened. And I just got my insurance bill the other day for $900 for 6 months and realized I'm paying $150 a month to keep this car in my garage. And I drive it often, but I don't know if it's worth $5 a day to park that car in my garage just for insurance. And it annoyed me. The insurance down here is so damn expensive because there's so many uninsured and underinsured and tourists and, you know, nobody paying their damn bills down here. So I have to carry this crazy high uninsured motorist insurance coverage that's ridiculous. That I said, screw it. 'Cause back in the day, I remember back at home, I was paying $17-20 a month for cars. No big deal. $1 a day, I'll pay that. But $150 a month is a shit ton of money now. It really is when you break it down. And I still enjoyed $150 a month of fun probably, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it anymore. So I thought I'll get rid of it. So we looked it all over. The guy was happy with it. Said, you want to go for a ride? Let's get it out here where they should park there. He'd park their SUV in the driveway. I wanted to get around and stuff. He said, yeah. So I said, hop in. Don't let the door hit the bike kind of thing. So he jumps in. We pull out, hit the button to close the garage door opener. It's the door shut. We head out. I explained to him about the 4+3 transmission, explained all that stuff. The guy's just happy. He's just an old man. He's just happy. He's just excited. He's happy with the car. And drive down, tell him about how the overdrive works and stuff. And rattle the pipes a little bit and this and that. Kind of showed him the fun of it. And I said, man, every time I downshift thing in a second and rattle the pipes, it makes me smile like a 12-year-old boy who just saw a boob. It makes me happy. It really does bring me joy. And he was feeling that same joy. We had a good time. Took it out, got on a couple times, a couple of spots here and there. Went out towards like Beacon Road and Bulco and that, and kind of ripped through the gears a couple times, showed him what it was. I explained to him about sometimes the linkage needs a little bit of lubrication. It doesn't quite go into gear perfectly. Just pull it back, go back in. It's fine. Don't try and force it. Just double clutch it. Hank, they drove semi, so he knows about double clutching and stuff. We're good there. Get down there where it turns into Lake Beacon Road off Volco. Volco turns to dirt. And I said, hey, you want to drive it? I said, I assume you have a license. He goes, yeah. I said, you want to drive it back? I'm like, happy to let drive. He goes, no. He goes, I want to buy it. I go, are you sure? I'm like, might run different you in the driver's seat. He goes, no, I want to buy it. And I'm like, okay. Send your stuff. And I said, it's up to you, man. I'm happy to let you drive it back. He goes, no, I'm good. And I said, okay. And he was just happy. He was just super happy, super smiley. So there's like it's a weird four-way intersection right there, that kind of an odd shape four-way intersection that we went to do the little U-turn to head back. I just punched it, did a little donut right there to head back to the house, and basically headed back in. The guy was just happy and just smiling, laughing, and showed him the AC works, all that good fun stuff. Got back to the house. The price he had offered me was $1,000 less than I was asking, and I'd said maybe. I got back to the house, we got talking a little bit. He goes, this is where I'm at, this is what you asked, this is what I offered, will you take this? Which was exactly what I paid for the car, so $7,000, and exactly what I paid for it almost 2 years ago. And I said, absolutely, I'm happy to have you have it, man, I really am. He was super excited about it, just enjoyed the car, was happy to get out. The wife got out, she goes, you buying it? He goes, yeah. Grabbed the money from her, handed me the money, bank envelope full of cash, didn't even bother counting it, had it inside, good title and stuff. And she's basically come out, she goes, the reason he's buying this car, he's celebrating 10 years cancer free. I said, man, you couldn't make me more happy. Like, this is just, dude, this is absolutely everything I wanted in this. Like, this is just everything I wanted. Like, I almost gave the guy back his money, to be completely honest with you. I didn't. I almost did, though. I almost did, but I was so excited, man. I was so happy for that guy. Had I heard his story and somebody had hit me up a month ago and been like, yeah, this guy's always wanted one, this guy da-da-da, whatever, he's on hard times, the cancer, they're broke, they don't have the money, they can afford the insurance stuff, and they'll keep it, they just don't have the money for this, everything else goes in these bills, probably would have given it to him. Honestly, God, I probably would have given it to him. I couldn't ask for a better owner for this car. I'm super excited about it. The guy is super stoked. Pointed out little flaws in it. He's like, yeah, those are nothing. Who cares? The other guys are always trying to nitpick shit. They're always trying to knock you down on price so much. I'm like, why are we this way, people? It's a fair price for what it is. If you want it, buy it. Stay happy. When you start picking it all apart, just like going to a new car dealership, we start arguing and bickering over the pricing, and just tell me the price. Tell me the best price. We can still leave here friends. We got to argue back and forth for 3 hours or 4 hours. When we leave, I feel you screwed me over, and you're mad you didn't screw me over enough. And then I don't want to go back to your dealership and deal with you again because you're a pain in my ass. Tell me the price. I don't care if the price is 40 grand or 100 grand. Tell me the price. I don't want to haggle. Don't want to argue. I want to go in there. I want to shake hands. I want to have you grab me a water. I want to talk. I want to joke. I want to have a good time. You tell me your best price. I'll say yes or no, and I'll leave. And then I'll come back a few months to get the tires rotated or whatever. And we'll chat again. We'll have a good time. We'll sit down. Hell, I'll bring a cigar. We'll go out and sit at the beach. I don't give a shit. No. Every deal is everybody tries to beat each other up all the time. So damn bad. But there's nothing there. And I even told the guy today when he left, I'm like, man, I kind of hate to see it go. And it's the first time it left, first time I've seen anybody else drive it. I've been in it when my wife drove it, but nobody else really drives the car. My cousin's daughter learned how to drive stick shift in that car. So I taught her how to drive clutch in it. So she drove, but I've never seen it drive down the road away from me. When we drove away, I was a little sad. I was a little heartbroken there. Kind of a little bit beat up in the emotions kind of thing. But I couldn't ask for a better owner, man. I really couldn't. I was stoked. I was so happy. And it really made me joyful. The joy of him, the happiness he had leaving that car was going to bring me much long-term joy looking back on that story than that $7 grand ever could. You know, I don't care less about $7 grand. $7 grand don't change my life really, but seeing that happiness, that joy in that man's face, knowing he's going to have fun in it, and we'll have a good time. I told him, I said, man, I'll hit you up in a few months, come rent that damn car and go drive down the beach and begin. So I kind of enjoyed the car every once in a while. So who knows, up in Port Orange, he's not that far from me, about half an hour from me. Who knows, like I said, I might hit him up and be like, hey man, how much rent the car for the day? Just come up and drive up around Ormond, drive up along the beautiful sights and enjoy the convertible again. So, but yeah, I was happy to see it go. Sad to see it go, but I'm happy who it went to. I would happily let him have it for $7 grand over letting some of the dickheads that have looked at it have it for 14. Like, now 70 grand, I'd probably let the dickheads have it. That's a lot of different money. That's a different category. But 14 grand to 7 grand, I'd rather have a happy guy own it than some shithead that wants to nick and pick it apart. So yeah, sad, like I said, sad to see it go. Happy it's gone, but it is what it is, and it did me right. Had a free car a couple years now, year and a half, 2 years, how it's been a free car for me outside of insurance and gas. That's all I did. Didn't need brakes, didn't need nothing. That car's been 100% flawless to me. Even told the guy, I said, it had a little squeak in the wheel the other day when I drove it, and just didn't know what it was. Looked it over, and the squeak quit. Might have been a wheel bearing, might have been a little chunk of dirt stuck in the brake pad. I don't know which, but explained it to him. All says little rattles here and there. Fiberglass cars, they get that. But dude was super stoked, super happy to have it. So I'm happy to see it go. But anyway, that's all I got right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.